The supply of potable water should not solely be the mandate of Africa's governments, but also that of business owners and engineers. This is the driving force behind Cato Holdings Company, which has grown from a Construction Industry Development Board CIBD Grade 4 to CIBD Grade 9. Established by a Malawian Simbi Piri in 2010. Simbi Piri started the company in response to projects taking too long to reach completion, with companies appointed to deliver a 2-year contract taking 7 years or more to finalize the work. Today, Cato Civils has grown its competence beyond its passion for the water sector to include the construction of road infrastructure, buildings, mechanical and electrical work, competing with major construction companies such as Group 5. In Malawi, the company is working on a $500 million contract in a joint venture with its sister company South Zambezi to construct one of the country's mega water supply projects, the Lake Malawi Water Supply Project. This is the first time for Malawi to have such a huge water project which will answer the water challenges in the capital city, Lilongwe, once and for all. The project entails the installation of pumping equipment in Lake Malawi at Lifu in Salima. The water will be pumped for about 120 kilometers to Kanengwe in Lilongwe, where it will be distributed. For a project of this nature to take off, there are a number of stages that are followed before commencement. But what is the progress of the project so far?
Well, the project actually has started in 2017. The whole of 2017 from January, we were mobilized for the engineering part of the project, as it is an EPC, engineering, procurement, and construction. So we've been doing service, which we did ride a survey. We finalized that. We had planes from Johannesburg come in to do the service. After that, we have done geotech reports, that is to check the soils, where the infrastructure is going to be put, whether it's good enough to hold on to the tanks, to hold on to the pipes. That we did. And also to basically choose the routes for the pipeline. So we had 3 routes. The 3 routes were then submitted to the Lilongwe board to choose one, which they have done. And once they chose, it meant that now we could go full scale in the sense of detailed designs. Now, once the detailed designs were finished, we had to send them for peer review. This is a requirement by AXA, the Engineering Council of South Africa. Of course, that was done. Those peer review guys came to Malawi. They stayed here for 2-3 weeks and did their comments. And the detailed designs were submitted to the Lilongwe board, who also had to do their own peer review, check it, and they were satisfied and approved and signed off.
The project will pump and deliver 50 million liters of potable water from Lake Malawi to the capital city every day to address challenges that have affected the lifestyle and livelihoods of the city's 2 million residents. The water supply project, which consists of about 120 kilometers of pipe, is billed as Africa's largest water transfer project under construction and is expected to be completed by 2019. Looking at the magnitude of the project, the question that most of the people have is whether Cattle Holdings has the capacity to undertake such a huge project in the specified period of time. Mongezi Mnyani, the group CEO for Cattle Civils, explains more.
I think as a 100% black-owned company, we have in our hearts that we want to see a continent prospering. We want to see a continent that is able to compete with Europe, for instance. We've seen the potential in the continent. So the countries that we're operating on, or that potentially want to operate on, we have seen that there is indeed a way of us imparting with our skills, of course making business in the process, but also we've seen those potentials to say, look, there has to be some sanity that must actually prevail in those countries. We have to improve the livelihood of people that are living in those countries, whether it's roads infrastructure, whether it's water, whether it's energy, and so forth. But as a company, both Katu and South Zambezi, we have seen that indeed let us go to the continent and therefore be able to assist the continent. We can't therefore sit down as an African company, look at the European companies coming into the continent, making sure the workmanship whilst we're sitting and complaining.
On capacity, Cattle Civils prides itself on completing projects in record time with speed while upholding high standards to ensure that the client is pleased with the results, as well as bringing new dimensions to projects by investing in the latest available technology, and has built up and owns a strong fleet of equipment over the years. In addition, Cattle Civils and its sister company, multidisciplinary engineering consulting firm South Zambezi, endeavors to deliver optimally engineered infrastructure solutions considering time, quality, and cost. South Zambezi, the designers of the Lake Malawi Water Project, recruit the most sought-after and passionate professionals in all aspects of the industry. In the line of expansion goals apart from Malawi, Cattle Civils has registered a business in Ghana, has also set up a country office in Botswana and Namibia. The company is well structured and believes in handling matters with transparency and accountability. Their annual general meetings are handled with excellence and total transparency, as they are a reputable company not only in South Africa but beyond. Such meetings keep the company's vision and drive on track and ensures that all sectors within Cattle are on the same page. Managers from the various branches of Cattle had this to say.
We possess of the latest technologies in the market in terms of water pipelines and infrastructure, and that is trenching technology, where the initial portion of the NSC 2.1 was executed by excavators and conventional methods of excavating. We possess over trenching equipment, and especially in the soily conditions of Botswana, where in the top layers you have got mostly sandy soil. We can do it way faster than you can do it ever with a conventional excavator.
During their annual meeting, different managers presented reports on the progress of most of the projects that Cattle has embarked on in the various countries. One of the success stories presented during this meeting is the 3 million rand Giang Water and Sanitation Revitalization Project in Limpopo, South Africa, another joint venture with South Zambezi. The program is required to immediately address the short-term water and sanitation challenges in the Greater Giang local municipality, as well as provide medium and long-term solutions to the water and sanitation challenges within the Mopani district municipality. The project, which was initially supposed to take 5 years to complete, will only take 3 years, as Kato continues to pride itself in completing projects in record time. Operations Manager, seconded to Malawi as Project Manager Augusto Mercado, also presented a very good report on the progress of the Lake Malawi water project during the AGM.
At present, we have been preparing the designs and everything. The geotech has been done, the surveys, the LiDAR survey, the hydrographic surveys, and all the necessary surveys has been done. Our contract duration is 24 months, and we are determined to finish it within that time frame.
Kato Silvos Holdings believes in excellence and uniformity in all of its projects, and as such, these meetings are important for them. Growing Africa on time and within budget is one of the main mottos for Kato Holdings. This project will create in excess of 400 jobs and a lot more spill-off opportunities for small and medium-sized enterprises, states Kato Silvos. Almost 80% of the people, the core laborers involved, come from the communities surrounding their projects. In terms of corporate social responsibilities in Malawi, Kato has renovated clinics, police stations, and schools as part of its efforts to plow funds back into the communities where it is active, and this applies in all other countries where Kato is operational. With plans to expand further in Africa, South African black emerging design and construction company Kato Silvos expects that in 3 to 5 years' time, 20% of its workload will be based across the rest of the continent. Meanwhile, state-of-the-art equipment and plants are already in the country, ready to roll once the environmental impact assessment for the project is complete.
To deliver the project on time, the Malawian people will have their water in less than 18 months. That is a fact. 18 months, there's water in Lilongwe. I must tell you, this is a masterpiece project. When it is completed, it's not about profitability. The profit will be in the prestige of doing it. This is what we do, and this is what we do every day. If you ask me to build any infrastructure, I'll do it.
The company is all set and has given an assurance that the project will finish within the stipulated time. And come 2019, the problem of water in Lilongwe and surrounding areas will be history.